Hi Brianna, my name is Christina. I'm with Casey Phoenix SEO. Told you I'd get you this free video over with some tips on how to set your company above the competition. So we're going to talk about three things today: content, citations, and backlinks. With content, the average site needs 1,000 to 1,500 words to be optimized with Google. When I did a word counter on your site, you're sitting at about between 500 and 600. So that's my first suggestion, is to get that content up and to make sure that you have some of those keywords built into your content, but you definitely want it between that 1,000 and 1,500 goal. And then if you search for St. Louis wedding photographer, because I noticed that you're pretty close to that area, so I'm assuming that that's probably where majority of your customers are coming from. About 590 people a month are searching for that. So by not being on the first page of Google, that's 590 potential customers that you're missing out on. So when you do that search, of course, first you're going to have people come up with the directories. So like the not.com is obviously going to be at the top of any wedding search, just because of how big of a directory it is and how much content it has. So I pulled up Wedding Pioneers, also another directory. The first actual photographer is Ashley Fisher. She's in the number 3 spot. And when you look at her website, she's beaten you out just by a little bit. She's got about 700 words of content. So that would be very beatable. First thing that I would do is increase your content. The second thing that we're going to talk about is citations. So anytime that you do any kind of search for services, you'll know that you get this Google Map Pack to pop up. In the Google Map Pack, it lists your business name, the phone number, and the address. And you can actually rank up here without having your website ranked down here, because it's a different kind of ranking. So the way you rank in there is by going after citations. And to get to citations, you're going to submit your information, your name, your phone number, and your address, exactly how it's listed on your Google My Business. And you're going to list it in directories like Yellow Pages, Yelp, City Star, The Knot, any kind of directory that you can find you want to get yourself listed in. So the way you beat out your competition is by having more citations than they do, and then also you want to make sure that you've got a little bit more powerful citations than they do. So here's a resource that you can go out and get called whitespark.ca. It costs about $30 a month. And you can put in your competition. If you looked here, the top two were Dreamlight Art and Zoe Life Photography. Might be Zoe. Anyways, put them in here with yours. Right now you're sitting at 5 citations. Dreamlight Art is number 1 spot. They have 12. And Zoe or Zoe Life Photography has 8. So very beatable. But you want to make sure that you don't just beat them out by a little bit. You want to completely blow them away, because then if they start to add citations, it takes a little bit for them to catch up. You want to be way ahead of the game, and that way, if they start adding them, you're not going to drop back down. So I would start out by adding at least 50 citations, and that's just time consuming. You just go in and add your information to all those citations. The great thing about this resource is when you click on it, you can actually see where you're listed. And then you can see the power that it's bringing in. The higher the number, the more power it's bringing in. Okay? And then you can do a side-by-side with your competition to see what they have versus what you have. And anything that you're not listed for, go out there and get it. So, great resource. Like I said, you can go after it. And the last thing that we're going to talk about are backlinks. So we call this link juice. Basically, Site A points to Site B. Site A is the link juice, which gives Site B more authority in Google's eyes. It's kind of like a popularity contest. So generally speaking, the more sites you have, the more link juice, the more powerful you are in Google. That being said, you're a perfect example of how all links are not created equal. You have to make sure that you get relevant links that have to do with photography. So you would want to make sure that you don't have like a blog post out there about chiropractic care, because obviously that has nothing to do with weddings and what you're selling. But you have the amount of sites, but there's different kind of backlinks as well. So right now, a majority of your backlinks, because you've got over 12,000, but a majority of them are coming from this one site, and it looks like it's somewhere where you are posting your images, which is great. The problem is that when you save those images, you're not saving them as a keyword being something that somebody searches for, like St. Louis wedding photographer is a keyword. And so when they're just getting saved as your name, that's why you're ranking in the #1 spot for your name, if somebody searches you, but the only way that people know how to search you is by word of mouth. What you want to do is more generalized searches and come up under something like St. Louis wedding photographer or wedding photography St. Louis, etc. And so you want to save your pictures as some of those keywords, and then that way when it links back, it's going to link back with that keyword. So the 11,000 links is great, but it's kind of one-dimensional. You also want to go after different links like blog posts, blog comments, Q&A, more citations will get you some backlinks, stuff like that. So you're beating them out by number, but you'll notice over here that your trust rating isn't as high because you just got all your eggs in one basket. Whereas your competition, that Ashley Fisher that's on that front page, you see that her numbers are a lot higher, and that's because she's a little bit more, she's going after different things, and you can see that she's got several different domains that she's going after. If you look here, just a second, computer's being slow today. She's got 160 referring domains with 828 backlinks versus you have 8 domains with 12,000. So yes, you have more, but she's got more referring domains, so she's got her eggs in several different baskets, and she's going after more keywords that way. This is another site that you can go out and get. It costs about $100 a month, called Ahrefs, ahrefs.com. And it really breaks down what your website's doing, and then you can look at what your competition is doing as well to beat them out. So, in closing, we talked about content, getting your website up to that 1,000 to 1,500 words. Citations, you definitely want to beat them out by a lot, get yourself listed out there, and then link juice, making sure that you're putting your eggs in several different baskets with the links, and that you're getting more domains with more power. I hope this helps. If you need any help with this, absolutely give me a call. I'd love to go to work for you. My name is Christina, and with the Casey Phoenix SEO. Phone number is 816-323-4100. Thanks for watching my video today.